Joining me now to help hash it all out, Blue Line Capital President Bill Baruch, along with Heritage Capital President Paul Schatz. Bill, let me start with you. Give me your take. Just this market, the last few sessions, what's the message to you?
Listen, I look back at last week and we had this big sell-off, and I'm looking now as opportunity. I'm looking at last week as bringing opportunity. I'm looking at there being less uncertainties. As crazy as that sounds, we moved into this war with a lot of questions, or this conflict with a lot of questions that was going on in Russia and Ukraine. And now there are some known knowns. And on top of that, I'm looking at the probabilities of the Fed at this most recent meeting coming up here as a 25 basis point hike with a 90% probability. So there's more certainty moving in that direction too. So I think this is opportunity at this point.
So to that point, one of the more intriguing aspects of this session is that some of these really beaten down names that, by the way, report after the close, they came out the gate with gusto. Zoom, Blink, Workday, 3D Systems. Bill, I mean, would you be a buyer in that area, or would you look higher up the quality scale?
I think there is a reason to look to some of these beaten down names, but it's not my game plan. And what I've been looking at, I mean, SalesForce reports tomorrow, and that's a name that I like a lot, regardless of the activity we've seen coming down for $300 over the past few months. I think that's an attractive stock, very great company, very well run, and they have components where it's something like the Slack purchase a couple of years back has dragged revenues, and expanding on that purchase has also dragged on revenues. So I'm looking for a potentially good report there. I'm also looking, when you look at these very beaten down names, the Cathie Wood stocks come to mind, and I'm not just searching for anything. I really like Crowdstrike and I like Square. Those are names we've been nibbling into for the last couple of weeks and leaned into the late part of last week with Crowdstrike in particular, even when it was up 5%. So I think there's places to look within this market on those beaten down names, but not indiscriminately. Also, take a look at what the narrative going around is. And nuclear, the conversation around nuclear is accelerating. Cameco, CCJ is the ticker. It's be a volatile stock, but I'm looking at places to get exposure in the uranium space, as I think there's legs there.